Mamma mia, you number one. Look at all this. Hello, 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 hello. Luigi number one. Ho ho. Wario number one. Yahoo. Well, Luigi, everybody cheap at me. And baby Luigi. And baby Mario. Let's go. Yippee. So, hi. Thank you all very much for coming. And may I just trouble you for a bottle of water, please, if you have a second? Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Can you tell us how you got the inspiration to hone those voices?
Do you know, well, first I crashed an audition in the first place, and I was sitting on the beach, and a friend of mine called and said, hey, you got to come and crash an audition. It's for a job in Las Vegas. I said, there's no way I could ever crash an audition. I'm a professional actor. Where do I go? And I have no idea why, but I went to this audition, and they said, I was walking in as the producer was walking out, and I recognized the Sony camera bag with the guy behind him. And I said, hi, can I read for this? And he goes, ugh. Okay, all right, come on in. You're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn. We'll set the camera up. You're a character in a video game named Mario for this company called Nintendo. And you're going to do a real-time animation thing. So we're going to start the camera. You make up a voice, make up a video game. Do anything you want. But we're not going to pay you to sit around all day if this technology doesn't work. So just make it up and keep talking until you run out of things to say. And I thought, well, okay, I'd never heard of Mario, never heard of Nintendo, but Italian plumber from Brooklyn. Hey, get out of my face, I'm working here. And I thought, well, that doesn't sound like fun all day, and what if they're children? And I thought, well, I'll have more fun with it. I'll just, nice Italian guy. I played Gremio in Taming of the Shrew some years before in the theater, and I thought, I'll do that, but I'll make him younger and make it happy. And I know nothing about video games except waka 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 waka, and bong bong, which I was terrible at all those games when I tried Tank and those things. And I thought, well, I'll make a happy thing, and I'll talk about food, because obviously I like food. And I heard action. I said, hello, I'm a Mario. Let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some sausage. I get some spaghetti. We put spaghetti and sausage in the pizza, and then I chase with the pizza. And if I catch you the pizza, you gotta eat the pizza. And then you make a pizza and chase me with the pizza. And if you catch me the pizza, I'll eat the pizza. He didn't say stop, so I said, and then we're going to make a lasagna. And I just kept going, and I kept thinking, well, surely he's going to say, thank you very much, that's enough food groups for one day. He never said stop until I was, and I'm making up pasta, and then we're going to make a sciutto rotini, and then you're going to, and I finally I heard, stop talking. Cut. There's no more tape. Thank you. We'll be in touch. Which I thought was the end of it. I went back to the beach. I watched the sunset, and that was the end of that. And we started immediately. I thought it was the end. He got on the phone. I found our Mario. I got him. And the next day I was getting tickets to Los Angeles to fly to LA to fit for all this stuff to do Mario in real time. And then I was doing this all around the country and in different events for Nintendo corporate and advertising and PR. And then suddenly, I was doing little Luigi's voice, and then Wario's voice, and each one has been such a profound, wonderful gift, and what an honor. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I work doing the work that I love to do so much. I work with Nintendo, which is a company I love so much, and then I get to come out to these wonderful events like MCM Comic-Con and meet Mario fans and meet Luigi fans and see the great cosplay. And I love these shows because it's such a wonderful, safe, loving environment for people to be themselves and to dress. And what I see is people find each other. It's like, oh, the Princess Peach is walking around with Princess Daisy, and there's a Luigi and a Mario, and suddenly they're talking and chatting and they're having lunch together. And I've actually met people that have gotten married that met at Comic-Cons dressed up in cosplay, and we met doing this, and so it's just like this wonderful, joyful gift of things, of just being. it's really wonderful. And then MCM Comic Con is particularly wonderful. They've got such a great show here in Birmingham, and for me, what a joy. I get to come to a place like Birmingham. And we went to the museum yesterday. How many places do you get to go and see Leonardo da Vinci drawings? It was terrific fun. A beautiful downtown, wonderful people, wonderful food. It's not helping my diet being here, but it sure is fun, you know.
Good Italian.
Yeah, it's good everything. Yeah, it's really fun. So I've been having a wonderful time. Absolutely. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Can I jump in? You touched on cosplay. So we wanted to ask, do you have a most memorable cosplay moment, whether you've cosplayed yourself
Do you know,
the best cosplay you've ever seen?
You want to see the best cosplay I've ever seen? It's right here. Right here at this show. There's a woman who is, and her husband, she's in a wheelchair, and they came dressed as Shrek and the princess, and they've got horse, unicorn sort of shoes, and it is just absolutely miraculous. And they're only here today, and the cosplay costume contest is tomorrow. But it's just one of the greatest cosplays, if not the greatest cosplay I've ever seen. They've just absolutely, and I have my camera, but I didn't take. Maybe I take a. I didn't take a picture, but they've got my picture on at the studio in the back. It's just, I mean, it's just so. Yeah, I did. Look at that.
There you go.
Can you see that?
Oh, that is amazing.
Look at that. Check that out.
That is
Brilliant.
amazing.
It's just, I mean, you know, she's got this
Wow.
disability,
Wow.
and they just created the most magnificent,
lovely?
wonderful thing. And the little donkeys there, and this little gingerbread person. I mean, it's really, they just did the most amazing thing. But they've got to go home. So we won't see them tomorrow. And it's too bad because I love cosplay. You know, when you see little people, you know, I won't be able to find it. There was a little boy, maybe 1.5 years old, who was dressed as Sonic at a show I did recently. And he could do that like this, but it took him a second to do it. You know, it's like, you know, it was so adorable. So you get to see the best, and you know, little babies in little mushroom cap and things like that. It's just, it's cosplay is great. I love it. I love these shows. They're just so much fun. So much fun.
Have you ever had to really work hard to kind of prove who you are by doing the voice? Has somebody ever not believed who you are? Have you ever...
No, you know, as soon as I open my mouth, people know, and it's a funny thing. It's my little trademark in life, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I love these characters. I love Mario. I want to be more like Mario, full of joy and happiness and fun, and you know, facing challenges with a "let's go" instead of like, "oh no." I tend to be more like, why me? You know, but you know, I just want to be more like that beautiful, heroic, loyal character. I'm more of a Luigi. I was the second born, you know, so you're a little bit more trepidatious as a second son, but you have to run faster and jump higher than your brother for survival, which I did as well.
As we've had a Detective Pikachu movie coming out soon, and Sonic's having his new movie, would you like to see a new Super Mario Brothers movie, maybe animated?
Well, you know, there is they've actually announced that, but I don't know anything at all about it. I think it's the luckiest thing in the world being thank you so much. The luckiest thing in the world being a voiceover actor. You really know nothing until you walk into the job, and it's like, we want to come to our sandbox and play. We have some new toys, and you're like, yippee! You know, and then you get to do this silly stuff that you do, and that's what my life is traveling around doing work that I love to do, meeting wonderful people. It's really great, and it's, you know, I will say, if I had a message for everybody alive, you know, which would be a gift if I could do that, it would be to find what you love to do in life, to follow your heart, to live your dreams, to discover your passions, find out what makes you happy, because when you're doing that, you're becoming happy, and other people can't help but be a little touched by that little bit of happiness. And it's been what's been so lucky for me. There was a wonderful crone, a wonderful old woman who was teaching me pottery, and I was 28 years old. I was full of angst. I should be living in LA. I should be living in New York. But I shouldn't be an actor because if I can't do enough good enough, and it's just all those young man things were going on. And I said, what do I do? And she said, well, dear, follow your heart. And I said, yeah. So anyway, I've got these, but it's stuck with me enough that's been with me my whole life. Follow your heart, whatever that is. Because to do that, you really have to come and be your own best friend in some way. And that's, we all have this voice of self-hate and self-doubt and self-loathing. We treat ourselves worse than we would treat anybody else alive. And if anybody treated us that way, we'd say, stop it, but we do it with ourselves. So there's this, just the most wonderful concept that if you can be your own best friend, if you can at least be nice to yourself, at least quiet that negative voice, you can then pursue happiness and just, you just get a great chance of getting there. And that said, I'm just the luckiest guy in the world because I've just stumbled through my life like, oh, bump, oh, look at this, I'm playing a character. Yay, So it's just been one wonderful thing after another for me. But I wish it for everybody else, too.
Do you play much Nintendo?
I do. Do I play much Nintendo? That's a great question. I do, and I absolutely love Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and I was playing Super Mario Odyssey. Now I love the game, it's particularly sandbox game because I can just run around. But I always reach a place where I can't get any farther. I will not probably rescue the princess any time in my life. And I was in Kentucky a while ago, and I was playing Super Mario Odyssey. And two things happened. One, I was on the plane, and I couldn't get through this little snowball bounce thing, and I finally got through, and I went, woohoo, like that. Everyone on the plane was kind of looking at me like that. But then I was stuck again, and I'm in Kentucky, and there's a 9-year-old son of the manager of the hotel, and, we were hanging around, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm stuck. Fix it, because I just couldn't get past. He goes, oh, sure, you see what you want to do is this, and pretty soon, within an hour, he was 19 levels beyond what I will ever go. I went, oh yeah, I remember recording that part. Oh yeah, I remember that, It's so wonderful. Young people are just so incredible. Yeah, and they're doing such a great job, so, yeah, in everything.
Thank you very much. That was brilliant.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, just let me say, thank you very much for playing my games. You number one. Woohoo!